Hey guys, today's Tuesday, May the 9th of 2023. I want to do a US pre-market. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go over the dollar, energy, and the metal. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, crude oil got a nice little pop between the 630, 63, 64 bottom feeders showed up, but still in chop mode. We need to go close above 74.79 to get any trending to the upside. But so far it's in chop mode. And there's a squeeze play on the weekly chart, but it hasn't really shown where it wants to go. So it's kind of still in chop mode, although we're getting a little bit of life here. RBOB, same thing. It's a little weaker. You can see that we got a nice little pop here. We need to close above 25.51 to get a little traction to maybe test 281. But if not, if it pushes lower, we take out 252, is going to go and maybe test 256 all the way to 202. On natural gas, we got a PPS buy signal, pulled back really deep, and now got this little pop. You can see the histogram is still, the pressure's to the upside. We need to close above 235, so this weekly chart could start getting positive, start looking green, like something like that. You can see on the daily, we got a PPS buy signal, and then it looked like the pressure was to the downside. It looks like it's starting to wake up again. And we need to close above 232 on the mobile bands to have a potential to test 238 all the way to 252. Heating oil, kind of waking up here. The histogram turned yellow. And if it trends higher, we have a potential to test 264. I see the daily PPS buy signal. Hekinashi's turned white, positive. The trend color's white, so we need to close above like around 237 to at least test 250 around there. Let's look at the gold. You can see this is the daily, and this is the 4-hour down here. We're kind of chopping around here. It's on a squeeze play on the daily. And so far, the 4-hour is still positive. On silver, the 4-hour is a little more negative compared to gold. It looks like it's pulling in and again. So you're kind of consolidating here in this chop fest between 26 and 24. Gold is between 264 all the way to 1986, just chopping around. Keep an eye on the dollar because it's not letting it kind of stick its head out. The dollar's getting life again. And copper, you can see that 407.48 line in the sand. We're kind of finding a base here at 381, and it kind of pulled its head out. Now it's kind of pulling back in. You can see it on the 4-hour. You know, it may want to test this level to 385, or maybe all the way to 382. Palladium, nice move. This is probably the best move right here. I remember when I was watching this around the 4-hour that this was kind of waking up, and look at this 4-hour chart. Look how positive. Hit a double top here, pulled back, testing that again, and now kind of pulling back, maybe because, you know, the dollar's kind of waking up. But on the daily, you got a PPS buy signal, and you can see that if it pulls back, this should hold 1531. If it holds, it's probably going to test 1649. But if the dollar gets strong and starts putting pressure, this could be, you know, maybe an ABC correction. Maybe it'll pull back and maybe test 1406. But keep an eye on the dollar, like I said. Oh, let's do platinum. Yep. That was palladium, platinum. Same thing with platinum, kind of waking up over here. PPS buy signal on the daily. We need to close above 1092 to potentially test 1148. You can see the 4-hour has been positive. It pulled back here, and now got a nice little pop. Target to the upside on the 4 hours, 1104, and then the next 1124. But if the dollar wakes up, this might be just a trap to push, you know, and test these levels down here. So keep an eye on the dollar. Talking about the dollar, you can see that the dollar tried it here, failed, kind of sideways. What I'm noticing is that they're buying, building, letting it fall. They're buying and building, letting it fall. They're buying, and let's see if they build and push to 102, maybe even 102.40, and then let it fall. It's going to be to a point where they building, because they can't just keep buying it. No, they want to build a position. So they let it fall, build, let it fall, build, And in one, when they said, all right, let's rip it, they're gonna take out this level, they're gonna take out this level, and then they're gonna let it fall, and it's gonna start, stair step. But right now, this is the consolidation, and this is what you want to keep an eye on. So if we could close above 101.80, next target would be 102.32, and if we could close above 102.41, next target will be 102.80. Once you close that, it's a strong probability to test 105, which may for the dollar is pretty strong, and then maybe it could pull back. Let's go and see some of the natural gas stuff. I'll start with the volume profile. As you can see, we're above the VWAP from this 414 low, so that's positive. We're testing the VWAP from March the 2nd or 3rd. We're kissing it right there. If we could close above that, it will penetrate the bear camp. And it looks like there's a new one setting up over here, which I need to build up. If we could test 252, that'd be good. Value area high. And if we could close above that, we have a potential to test to 203. As you can see, Monday, the bulls had it. Let's see how we close today. Let's go to, as you can see, hockey stick looking good. This is looking good. We're still in chop fest. MACD is still positive. We're kind of going a little hockey stick here. And now we got some more pressure. Market sentiment was looking kind of flat, and I was waking up. We got a market MACD positive signal. Linear regression channels are pointing sideways. We're testing the 50 SMA. We need to close above that. Just keep an eye on the linear regression channel because that's resistance right there. Value area point of control, which is at 256. 50% on the Kumo cloud, which is at 248. Once we get in the cloud, it's going to be choppy and wild. But once we stick our head out, short-term time frame, very strong potential to test 302. And looks like the market's about to open. We're above the 50% on the monthly, so it's kind of flat, but it's good because that's positive. Entering to the bear camp, like I said, this is a 252 high, which is a 50% from last month. We're above the 50% on the daily, so this is good. So we're kind of stalling here. You can see it right now, and we're above the 50% on the weekly, so that's good. So we're going to push higher. These are the targets to the upside for this week: 241, 250, and the very extreme 260. If we're going to push lower, obviously it's going to be 203, 193 to 184. And on today, we're very toppy, very stretched out. And today supposed to be, we're supposed to be selling or whatever. Let me look at the calendar. Today's an up day, actually. Today's what? Tuesday. Yeah, today's an up day. Weekday up. Tomorrow is up day. Weekday is down. And then this is on the weekday, the worst day. And these are both negative. So this is up, down, up, up. And suppose it was down, but it was up yesterday. And the weekday was up. So that's it. And where you make money was on the 9th. It's today and the 10th. And then you didn't make money on the 8th and on the 11th. So let's get that out of there. I wanted to show you the my mind map. I think I've updated the last time. I added some quarters now. This is a quarter we had quarter 2, May average return by month. Seasonality on May is kind of flat. April was up. Seasonality was up. Seasonality was up, but May was kind of flat down. And you see some of the dates. I'm watching the 23rd and the 28th. I need to add that here. And the Gann trine didn't really work that much. I didn't see anything in regards to that. And we got the May 8th. And these are the dates I'm watching. Commercial looks like they're buying. And large speculators are kind of selling a little bit. Let's get out of here. And let's do the square of 9 because I think I'm running out of time. We're somewhere around 229, which is somewhere around here. And we're kind of pulling back as long as we can hold 225, penetrate 230, 233. We have a potential to get to 241. But we'll see how the week goes. We're kind of like in this ballpark here. If we were to like really grind and push higher, As high we went was 252, kind of lined up with the low of April 14, 194. If we're gonna like really push with some Momo, 260 is probably probable because February the 20 or the 22nd was 199 low, so that's the 260 right there. So that could be resistance. And if it pushes higher, 264, which is the 180 degree, and if it continues pushing higher, 273 all the way to 277 lines up with the April 14 low. So those are the targets I'll be looking, into the future. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, the metals, and the energy sector.